It is day 2 of the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, and we are getting our very first look at the latest in gadgets. But the big tech news of the day happened away from CES this morning. The Oculus Rift virtual reality headset became available for pre-order online. Demand was so high for the $600 device, it crashed the website, and it's been trending on Twitter all day. Our old buddies, CNET colleagues Jeff Bacalar and Bridget Carey have all the details from Vegas.
Right, this morning, Oculus Rift pre-orders went live, and to my surprise, it's only $600, and I say only because I was getting ready to spend $1,000 on a new Oculus Rift.
There's a lot of hype for a long time on this product.
Absolutely, a lot of speculation about how much it would cost. Again, I thought I'd have to, refinance my mortgage, but no, it's only going to be $600. You are, though, and there's a huge caveat here, you are going to have a pretty powerful gaming PC to run that kind of hardware.
So again, $600 is just the headset.
That's just the headset, the
controller.
Xbox controller, and that sort of apparatus. You do need a pretty powerful PC to run that, to be able to run the Oculus as well. So I guess all in, you're maybe looking at $1,000 when it comes down to it, probably a little more than that. But that's what we're dealing with when it comes to pre-orders. So I'm like basically at the checkout screen. So if you want to click it, let's click it. Let's jump in together.
Let's jump into the Rift.
Yeah.
VR, we expected it to be a big topic at the show.
Sure.
Right now, so far, as press, we got an early look at the HTC Vive Pre, which is the updated version of HTC's version of this. And the little extra thing that makes it stand out is the fact that it helps you basically not trip over your own furniture.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So some of the big sort of criticism about the Vive is that, well, it's going to have me sort of moving around a space that there could be furniture in and other obstacles that I can easily trip over when I'm wearing a huge mask on my eyes.
Right.
So they're sort of introducing a parameter that will prevent you from falling over yourself. But I think
it's a little camera that actually looks out into the room. It knows that you're there, and you can actually see things on your phone. This isn't just shadows. You can actually make out details of what's in front of you.
Stuff. I kind of like how every VR sort of product out there, and I guess the Vive is maybe the most sort of practical, realistic competitor to what Oculus is doing. But it's kind of cool that they each have their own sort of gimmick. I hate to say gimmick, but you have to right now with sort of where VR's at. But I think the Vive is really the one product that's going to give the Rift sort of a run for its money. And we'll have to sort of see how that shakes out.
Yeah,
with
that's
those
supposed to come out in the spring sometime.
Yeah.
But
So we don't know too much about that, none of those real specific concrete details. But we've played around with the Vive. Our editors have gotten a chance to try that out. And I think everyone's pretty sold on the technology. So I'm glad to know that jumping into VR, you've got PlayStation well, now it's PlayStation VR. I'm still stuck calling it Morpheus.
The old name, yeah.
You've got like 3 kind of heavy hitters that are all jumping in this year. So it'll be interesting to see where the dust settles and where people tend to migrate. I think that Oculus Rift coming in at $600 is a big surprise.
Yeah.
A pleasant surprise. So definitely psyched for the fact that people will be able to afford it. Some people.
And I'm curious what else we're going to see on the show floor now that it's open when it comes to VR. I mean, so far we're seeing things about the experience around you, not necessarily the tech of the goggles themselves.
Right.
But there was this thing we saw at a preview event at night called the Immerse Sit, as in sit your butt down on this chair.
Nothing like immersive sitting.
that is moving and jumping up and down.
Sort of like a Disney World attraction.
Ride the movies, as they say at Universal.
So
we have a first look from Sarah, who got to check it out.
And it's kind of interesting because I think they give you the option to sort of put it on when there's a moment of sort of like acceleration, where you can say like, okay, now I'd want to experience that right up.
This is the kind of stuff you had to go to an arcade and pay like $5 or $10 for and sit down. I made a roller coaster, guys.
Yeah, I don't know if this is something that I could really bring in my apartment. I feel like my downstairs neighbor might be upset.